All right, we're going to talk about vocal fry. So if you don't know what vocal fry is, you probably have heard it a lot. I would say a lot of younger people have it, and what it really is that you almost don't breathe at all. You're breathing to live, you're not going to die, but you're not supporting your sound. So it's actually, you're taking just enough air in so that you don't pass out and die. But the air that you're taking in is not supported by your lungs and your diaphragms. You're actually speaking on your cords. And so vocal fry tends to happen that you can do it all through a thought like this. But now let me show you what vocal fry, how it goes away. All I'm going to change, I'm not going to change my volume, and I'm not going to change how I'm speaking. I'm only going to take a supported breath. So here's vocal fry now. All I have done is change. I've not changed any volume at all. All I've done is take a full breath and actually speak on the breath versus speaking down on my cords. And you can hear the difference. You can hear how different the quality of my sound is, right? Vocal fry goes away, not by being more poised or being more commanding, but actually by breathing. It's a physical habit. Upward inflection. Okay, upward inflection is when people tend to go up at the end of their thoughts, like it's a question, and even though it's not a question, so what tends to happen is that when you're doing this for a long amount of time, everybody can't stand it and nobody can actually listen to your content, even though you're really, really a genius. And it also sounds like you don't really know what you're talking about because you're questioning everything. And so subconsciously, everyone who's listening really doesn't know if you know what they're talking about. So they lose interest. And again, you're not exactly poised or commanding. Now, again, upward inflection is not bad. We want to upward inflect sometimes with a question, or sometimes you actually want to upward inflect if you're not done with your thought. That, like I just did there, that is fine. The problem is not the habit. The problem is it is the only habit. So when you only inflect once, one way, only inflecting up, it tends to limit how people feel about you as a subject matter expert. So they're actually thinking about your content as actually not being as good when it is only a delivery issue. It is a delivery issue, not a content issue. And yet your delivery is going to affect the content and how people can actually listen to you. So when you have to support somebody, or maybe it's for yourself, and you have vocal fry or you have upward inflection, it's very simple. I want you to actually use a physical drill. For example, and I'm looking around, do I have a ball here? No, I don't. That's okay. I have something I can throw. Okay, so I'm going to show you two tools because we talked about the third objective is to actually give you some strategies, some tools. If you're interested in trying to fix some of these habits, what I suggest is this. For upward inflection, I want you to take a ball in your hand, and actually it can even be like me, an energy ball. It doesn't even have to be a real ball. A real ball does help. Something with weight in it would be great. And what I want you to do is I want you to go to your wall or go down to the floor, even better, the floor, and I want you to say a statement. And at the end of the statement, on the end of each, when on the last word of the statement, I want you to throw as hard as you can the ball down on the ground. I want you to continue to do that through all of your prep material. Let's say you have 2 or 3 minutes of content. I want on every single last word of every sentence, I want you to throw the ball down and pick it up. Now you see what I'm doing? It's really hard to upward inflect when your body is actually using force to put something down. That really helps with upward inflection. If you know somebody who has vocal fry, instead of doing that, I would take the same ball and I would have them throw it at the end of their statement all the way to the other side of the room as far as they can. So, and by the way, this all works really well in our new remote workspaces, right? You don't have to worry about cubicles and you don't have to worry about bumping into people. You can just do it in your own space. Just make sure that no one is there and you don't have any china cabinets or anything open. You're going to take the same ball, a wiffle ball, by the way, works really great. And you're going to blah, 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 blah. And what that does, by extending yourself here, just like you would do a physical activity, like maybe a forehand or backhand motion in tennis, you're going to expel the air. So the air is going to travel the entire length of the thought. So I'll give you an example. Hi, my name is Hillary Cole from GK Training and Communications, versus not using and extending your lung capacity and your air capacity to the end of the thought.